Alright, there it goes. Cool. So I finally made some key bindings. I don't know if it's exactly what people had in mind, but it's pretty damn tricky. Just gonna tell you that. It's kind of not an easy process, I don't think. Maybe there's some magical way to do it that I don't know about, but I don't think so. So, to anybody who's thinking about doing key bindings for their game, I think I did this. 2 words, maybe? There we go. I think I used this one, which the guy that wrote it did really good. Yeah, he shows you this little video, just kind of explains it, little overview, but he didn't really do it all for you, and that makes sense because you're gonna have to get in there and customize it to what you need. But I was surprised, for a free pack that worked out really good. So I spent, I don't know, last 2 days rewriting this, and I'll just show you what I got. So I kind of just combined it between what he had, because he has like a whole dictionary for it. Hey, what up, Relic? Yeah, I figured I better throw a video out there, show a pulse, you know. But dude, key bindings, whew, that was not fun. Here, let me pause this for a minute here. Oh, and I added some more emission. I'm gonna kind of take, well, not all the armor, but I'm gonna go through some armor and make emission versions. I don't know why these gloves look like they're a different color there. And also, I am aware the lighting sucks in this scene, but I've messed with it and it just doesn't work. But I made a glowy version of these shoulders, and where the eyes glow, and the eyes on the shoulder or elbows glow, and then the eyes on the boots glow. Kind of going overkill with the glowy stuff, I guess, but it's cool. Oh yeah, see, there's some glowy boots. And some glowy gloves or elbows or whatever. Man, my neck hurts. So let's check out this little keybind setup here. And I also made a a checkbox for what I'm calling classic controls. Can't step on anybody's toes, you know, but you know what those are. There's a certain game that it will mimic. I'm doing good, just trying to find stuff to do as I'm bored as hell. Yeah, dude, I think a lot of people are bored out of their mind, but I know I got lists and lists and lists of things to do to keep me busy with all this game stuff. So yeah, I put this little option here. You hit controls, and then I'm gonna make this a little prettier and fancy it up, but this, oh man, this is what I've been working on. So the classic controls, when that's on, it's gonna do the whole thing where if you hold, oh, I need to make that so escape closes it. If you hold right click, then Q and E strafe, just like a certain other game. And if you're not holding right click, they just turn. So yeah, not necessarily easy. Like a lot of people were wanting that, and I'm like, well, you can't. I can't just hit a button and it's there, guys. It doesn't work that way. Like once you get your move system in place, you can't just add to it easily because the move code gets really complicated, like nuts, which is why I still don't have swimming set up yet. Like it's partially done, but it ain't easy. So we're gonna add to this. I'm gonna just, now that I got these buttons set up as like a template, I'm gonna go through and add a bunch of these. Basically everything that's on this little help thing. Jeez, I still got some clipping. Like all these buttons, a lot of these buttons, I'll put in this. So then you just click it and change it to whatever you want. And then that button should do the thing. And it saves out to your computer. So player prefs. Fun stuff, huh? Alright. Let's see. So we go to load scene, and we gotta hide the panels so I can see what I'm doing. And I think I'll just drag this window out to the side. There we go. Now, it's kind of pain in the butt working on GUI sometimes, and there's so many items in this scene. You can see it's like hard to actually see what you're looking at because of all these white lines, but if you just collapse the component, that's what it is. So like these labels, if I collapse that, then we can see what we're doing. But I need the label. So we're gonna grab these checkboxes. I guess I gotta move the button because the default button, because that's misleading. It's gonna make you think it sets all this to default, but it's not. I mean, everything except these three. It could. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a list or a. You know what? I think it'd be easier to just make it so you right-click on the button, and then it will reset it to default. What do you guys think? Any thoughts? That seems to be. It's either that or we take all the buttons, and there's going to be like 10 of them, at least. And then we put them in a list, and then when you hit the default button, it loops through each one and resets the button. I don't know. So let's make this font a little bigger. Oh man, what is up with this thing? Okay, whatever. We'll push it this way. And sure, now it's readable. Oh man, you know what I should do? Let's do it like this, and like this, and then like this. Okay. And I should put something behind it because it just looks better. So let's move this down a hair. Well, I guess it can stay there. And then we'll grab I could just duplicate something. How lazy am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty lazy. Let's duplicate. So take this sprite, and then we're going to dupe it, and we'll call it background box. And then this, we're going to set to a different sprite. Go with that one. And then we'll snap it back to its original size, push it up here, just to give it like a little bit of a continuity or something. I don't know. Just, I think it'll look better. And I didn't get that centered, so we'll do that. These guys, and we'll nudge them over a little. I can barely see that. Box needs to be a little bigger. Background box. Maybe I'll just put these under that, and then we'll call this checkboxes. Yeah, that makes sense. I have no idea what this lady's talking about, but the song's cool. We'll just skip through it. Oh, there's subtitles. I just never looked. Should probably read that one day. I like this song. Okay, you know, the problem with what I just did there, maybe we better, let's make an empty game object. Alt-Shift-N, as in new. We'll call this the same thing I just called that one. Check boxes, and then take all this, parent it to that, and then take these out and do that. Call this background, I guess. Alright, cool. Now we can control this separately without changing the scale of the text and the boxes, because the children inherit the scale, you know. Let's see what that looks like. Better. I think it needs to go down a little. Oh, I didn't center it. Oops. The pivot's way down here. Oh well. Let's put it in isometric so it's more accurate. Okay, so now gotta take these guys. And I guess, yeah, I can get rid of that. And I guess I better edit this template before I get crazy duplicating, because my plan is just take these two, duplicate down, and then duplicate all of them again this way. That's what I'm thinking. And then we'll just go through and change each one. But I need to edit this script first. So this isn't a Unity GUI script. This is NGUI UI script. So it works a little different, but the guy that wrote the UI for Unity, he created this first. So they're both very similar, but in this case, I'm not using his notify on click because his, and I think Unity's would do this too, but with NGUI, if you just take your own script and you put in on click, then it will fire whatever you put in there. So we're going to edit this script, which has a function named onClick. Function method's the correct name for C#. Yeah, that. I know this is really fun, but you know, I figured some people might find it interesting to see how this madness works. And this scene itself is just, it's insane. There's seriously thousands of things in this scene. I don't know if I've ever really pointed this out, but if you look at, like if I collapse, you hold Alt, it'll collapse all. And then if I hold Alt and hit that drop down again, it'll uncollapse everything. And you can see how small the little slider is. This is just the GUI. That's all that's in this scene. No players, no houses, no terrain. This is all just the GUI. Look at all that. It's madness. And I gotta remember what all of it does. So far, I've been able to. Sometimes I forget though. Alright, so click this and we're gonna make it so do I have it set up for right click? I think I do. Okay. So we'll say right click resets it. Left click to set it. That sounds good to me. And then I'll just put like a tooltip on here. I made a little tooltip script. So we can just say right click to reset. And there's not two T's in that word. Copy component, and then we're gonna right click and paste component as new. There we go. Now, what I was doing here, so this is the key code you're seeing right there, the C key. That's what this variable is. And then the key action is right there. So in between these two variables, I'm putting the default key code, which we'll just leave it at W because it's gonna be different, you know? So that will allow us to reset it down in the on click. Trying to think if yeah, I think I got a plan here. Key code to reset to when right clicked. Alright, then we'll go down to the on click. I gotta clean this script up now that I've removed a lot of his stuff. I mean, the guy that wrote it did really well. It was just more than I needed, I guess, and I felt like it was a little overcomplicated. Alright, so first we got to determine what they clicked. And this is called in 3 different places, so I just figured I'd leave that the same. But onClick is run when the player clicks by the UI camera, which is like the parent of all this stuff way up here. So the camera has this event system, and that's what's actually going to tell it that it received a click. So this will run, which will point to this function and do its thing. So now we'll just say if UI camera, which is an NGUI thing, current touch, I think it's touch ID. That's version, yeah. So -1 for left, -2 for right. So if it equals -1, then we know the player left clicked and they are trying to reassign the key. So do that. Else, if they right click, and now if I just say else, then that would count for auto run click or middle mouse click. So we better say else if, because I only want it to be on right click, so you don't accidentally do it. Then do we want to make a whole reset function? Because I think that's what I was planning. Where did I put that? Oh, I put it over here. I might use that later, but I'm not going to use that right now. And that's the next thing I got to do. Oh, here's the list of crap I got to, well, that I am planning. I don't know, I think. So we've got these 2 in there, and then we're going to make a button to reset the hotkeys for these. And then you guys can choose your classic WoW weird controls. I don't know how you guys play like that. I've always played with A and D as strafe, and Q and E is just rotate. That's so weird how you hold right click and then you become, instead of turning, you start strafing. That just messes with my head. I don't get it. You guys are weird. But whatever, I'll do it. Yeah, let's just put a little comment here. Reset key code to default. Oh boy. Interesting. How am I gonna do that? Does this take a shoot? It's like it's got to recursively do it or something. I should have left that selected. You could almost just do the same thing. Oh man, there was one thing in this this script. If this guy had, I don't know why, but he put the whole thing in on GUI, which is, to me, that's just the old GUI system that Unity had. So just by taking your code out of on GUI, you gain like 100 frames a second. Yeah. So that was unacceptable. So I had to rewrite it into update, and then I realized I don't even need all that shit. I just need this stuff. Dang. Now we're gonna need like a boolean to see if they're resetting, or wait, no, we could just do this. We wouldn't need to run that, would we? Okay, this gonna figure this out as we go here. I won't need some of that. Should work. We'll find out. Alright, so we want to do that. We don't need to do that. And this will go to default key code, and then we'll use that. So the current key code gets set to the default one. So the default one really, no, I wouldn't want to make it private because I got to change it. Okay, yeah. Then remap, update, and save to player prefs. Looks good, I think. Try it. So I'll make a couple more buttons and then we'll go mess with it. Wait for this to compile down here. And then gotta set these. So default is B. The other day this wasn't. Just B. Just the letter B. Oh, there we go. So these are gonna be the same while I set it up, but whatever. Yeah, okay. And then we'll duplicate, and then yeah. Let's see, what else should I do here? I don't know if anybody here plays the game, but what is a key that you want something rebound for? Like, probably potions. Potion, mount. Yeah, I bet people would want that. This is going to create some interesting outcomes. Active, talented developers working on awesome games. Thanks, man. That's awesome of you. Appreciate it. Okay, we're going to do potion, but I just realized this is going to be... I shouldn't say this, but there's only 4 people watching. And I don't know, my videos don't get a lot of views, but I just realized if I allow you to rebind potion, you could bind it to like your attack, number 1, the 1 key, and then when you hit that, it's going to do 2 things. But I suppose it's no different than hitting both the buttons at the same time. Aim mode for bow needs rebinding. Okay, let's do that. I got it right here. Okay, that's the one we're doing. So first I'll just set up the button. And Control D to duplicate. We'll rename it right now so I don't forget. I call it free aim, so we'll name the button that, and then now we set that function to be the action, or that it's an enum. So identifier, I guess we'll call it. Oh, that's stupid. Okay. How about A? Okay, that one's not a good one. Just give me the alphabet, damn it. And I gotta do it again. How about D? Hey, that's easier. Okay, got that. Now, I don't even need some of these variables, I just realized. Guess we might want to move it down a wee bit. Let's pack them in there so that we can get more. Because I think we'll want to put a bunch in there. And I'm going to save scene just in case it crashes, because things do that. Alright, now we go over here. We'll just copy this, paste that, and then it's going to check to see if the action, he called it listener, it's just running an update, and if the binding manager gets the input that you would press the button that was saved in the dictionary, then it goes and does that. Thank you, all caps. That aim mode is also a very nice feature, and as far as I know, pretty unique. Morpeg getting, yeah, I think it's fun. I was helping a dude with a shooter, and I just thought, man, I'm gonna do that. This game is amazing, man. Keep up the hard work. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. John Doe, the anonymous writer. Can't get more anonymous than that. That's pretty funny. So I gotta figure out where I did the function that puts you into free aim mode, and there's more I want to do with that, by the way. I want to do like little kind of shooting puzzles, kind of like the hidden door in the second dungeon. I just can't really, I haven't taken the time to do it. I've got a couple ideas of what I want to do, but alright, so if it is free aim, then we will go to the thing with the stuff and the things, and I think I put it in input manager, my input manager. It's not like a Unity thing. I think that was it. Go to definition, aim toggle, yeah. Alright, so if any string is sent, then it'll force it off. Now let's find, okay, there's 10 references. Look at, oh god. If I could just click the right button. Hey, when I do that. This is why I'm not good at shooters. I can't even select things in a menu. I can't select shit in a menu. You can't shoot people in a game. Damn. Horrible. This is why I play games like this. I don't need to aim unless I have the aim toggle on. Yeah, okay, cool. I think I can just do, well, let's look at which one of those was the F key. It's gotta be that one. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know. We'll just do a little switcheroo here, because this is an update. This will be a little weird, but it makes way more sense to change this line than it does to rewrite all those lines. Yeah. We'll do it this way. Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. What one was I in? I've lost it. That's it. So, we'll go, I guess, and then this and that. Don't have to test that. Yeah, that should be fine. Because, yeah, otherwise I'd have to take all that crap and put it into here. But see, this is one of those things where it's like, it makes so much more sense to have all my keybind manager stuff in the listener, but it also makes sense to keep that in the input managers. So maybe these should go in the input manager. That's an idea. How do I do that? Yeah, probably gonna do that. And I think I'm done with that one. I don't know what I was doing in this script. So we'll close that. I think I still gotta test the mount move with the weird controls. And the hidden door in D2 is killer. Most secret stuff like that always welcome in games. It adds a lot of, yeah, I want to do so much more of that. I just keep getting overwhelmed. Like some of these issues, man, people have no idea how tricky some of this crap is. Like the Dungeon 4, um, it seems like in Blood Chasm is when people started telling me that there was a lot of lag. I'm sure it was happening before that, but it's pretty mob heavy in there. So I think that's why it kind of came to the surface, but it actually had nothing to do with what I thought. I thought it was the particle effects and all this other crap, and it wasn't any of that. It was actually the chat. The chat window does it. So that's why now, if you click combat log and there's stuff in there, it's going to lag for a second. And then if you're watching combat log while you're fighting, it is going to be a little choppy if there's a lot of enemies. And if you're vampiric especially. But it's because the word wrap has some kind of bug, or it's just real written poorly. I don't know. It's a complicated one, and I don't want to get into rewriting it. There's a shit ton of math. Screw that. I'll just wait until there's an update. But if you stretch your combat log across the bottom, that's why it doesn't lag, because it doesn't have to use word wrap. It's the weirdest shit. Like, that took forever to figure that one out. Ugh. What's another one we should do? Quest log, trade, tab. I think potion. We gotta do potion and shapeshift maybe. We'll do those ones. Bust it out and then tell me if there's another one you want. Now I gotta think. Dude, this, you know what? This just has to go with the other thing. This is making too much sense. So we're gonna go put this over here and then look for the F keys. I mean, is that shit gonna work? I don't know what's gonna happen there. It should work. Oh, I gotta test again. I just realized it might not. I was only testing to see if the new button worked that I was binding it to, but I didn't think about checking the old button doesn't work, which I think it still would, because right here, for the bags, for example, it still says that, so yeah. That's not gonna work if you rebind, but then it still does the thing. Yeah, damn it. So this has got to be the bag thing. Yeah, it's got to be. So we'll just copy this, and I'll paste that, and then copy both of them. And you see, there's a bunch of checks there that I didn't do anyways. Yeah, that wouldn't have been very clean. Good thing I noticed that. So we'll go right here and then paste that and comment that and then cut that. Put that back. And then I guess this would be like this. Yeah, and then, I mean, is that gonna work? Should work. Yeah. Man, this is weird. Very confusing, the key binding stuff. Like I was saying, it took me like 2 days to figure out how this guy did this. Did some tricky stuff. But you pretty much don't have a choice. It's gonna be tricky. Okay, where was it? Potions. So I should have just left it up there. Okay, whatever. Yeah, don't look, but you used to have 4 potions. Shh, don't tell anybody. It was like way too powerful. You just would never run out. So I had to hide them. Okay. I think I'm forgetting something though. What the hell am I forgetting? Hang on. Okay. You found out fairly quickly on the chat lag. Their AAA budget studios still having freaking bugs from release. Look how quick you're finding these bugs. I know, dude. I don't know what the big studios are doing. I really don't. Like, I am baffled with the fumbling that they do. It's just insane. Yeah, I don't get it. I saw a team of 13 people take 30 days to do something that I could have done in 3 days, like, for a fact, because I had just done it recently, and I don't know. I think sometimes too many cooks in the kitchen, things get overcomplicated, I guess. I don't know. The level we're gonna effort you put into this game puts some other big company RPGs to shame. Passion usually allows far greater content than greed. Yes, well said, my friend. I've always told people that the biggest problem I see with the indies that I've met, the reason why they fail is because they're going for the money. You need to make your priority to make a good game, and the money will be a byproduct. Like, I'm not saying my game's amazing, but I'm focused on making a game that I would play. You know, whereas they're like, well, we can't do that because we've got to charge for that, or whatever, you know? And yeah, I got some things for money in the store, but what am I going to do, you know? I got to fund it somehow. So I'm still working on how to balance this out. So it'll change a little, but it's not going to be, it won't be worse, that's for sure. And it won't be pay to win. The reason A mode needed a rebind is many people don't use default WASD, instead ASDF. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I see. Alright. Yeah, EA. That is EA, man. That is what they do. They're just like, how can we squeeze more money out of the player? We don't care if the game's fun. We don't care if it's inconvenient. They're dicks about it. I don't feel like this is gonna work. I better test this. I feel like something's missing. That's exactly what I did on the last one. So we set that in there, and there's a listener, and then, dude, I don't know. What the hell? That's making me mad. Pretty close. 32? Does that go down? Yeah, close enough. And this one will be... Oh, I did two. Oops. This is potion 1. I guess that's what I'll name it. Right? Yeah. Oh, cool. That one's right there. Yay. Oop. Almost missed that. Now we'll duplicate that one and rename. Pretty close. Okay, now we gotta put this back to center, and we turn it off, and I need to add it to close list. I don't remember where I put that. I'll do that next. Yeah, that should be it. What am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. I know it. I hate when that happens. Let's log in this goofball. Oh, he looks so goofy with that helmet. That helmet just makes your head look small from a distance. Looks weird. Pay-to-win games are evil. Hell yeah, they are. So frustrating. Companies should stop making pay-to-win. Where was that? Up games and just start offering the full game experience for a price. I agree. I totally agree. Can't find pay-to-win games are enjoyable if it's free, you get more players, but if not, everyone has the money to buy content. Yeah, dude, it really sucks. From the developer perspective, it's hard to find a balance there, because the bottom line is you do need money for development, you know? Like, one character is gonna be at a good price. It's gonna cost you like $3,000 for like a set of body armor, let's say. $3,000. So then you get 10 sets of armor and you're out $30,000. It's expensive. That's why I try to make my own stuff, but it's very slow and go. Activision, etc. Use the grade before the game assholes. It's all part of the plan, though. Yeah, I think there's some people that realize and respect that it does take a lot of money, and then some people, damn it, are just completely oblivious to it and don't care. Yeah, see, there was something wrong. I'm not sure what the hell. Oh, interesting. Huh. Well, that's weird. Okay, dumb. So, this has to be on for... Oh, that's so stupid. This window has to be on because it has scripts on these buttons. And unless the game object is active, its script won't run, which is good, because if you have a bunch of stuff happening on that object, you can just turn it off and save the performance. But in this case, it's screwing me because the B and the C key, none of these work until I open this window, and then all of a sudden they start working. So, gotta do a workaround. Let's see. What we could do is we could start with it on and open, and then I've actually had to do this on a couple other things, so I might go this route. So this window will be enabled just long enough for on start. When you go to the load scene, there's a load panel in front of you, and then your character's being constructed back behind the load panel. So it just hides what's going on, but it's taking the GUI parts and wiring up to the player and connecting those two things as the player's being built. So this window could be on but behind the load panel, and then we'll give it a second and then turn it off, so that way it can initialize and enable and do its thing. But yeah, let's see if the reset works. So if I put it to V and then I hit V, yep, bags. Now if I right click, B, cool, works, good. Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. That's what it feels like, but it's not really that bad. Let's see what I did to the other one. Why is menu not in there? I guess I don't use that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's just throw this in there somewhere. I guess. I think. We need the new window. What did I call it? Controls menu? Some menu. Keybind menu? I don't know. Ah, that's what I called it. Keybind menu. So that should be a game object. We're going to add it to a list, and then we loop through the list and check to see if it's the one that was sent. If it's not there, then add it, and then close that, and then we go through and close everything except the one. Okay, that works. So that should close the controls window. Now I gotta think. You know that this might run on start. Let's see. What's these lines? Where did I do that at? I know it's gotta be... It's gotta be in the script. Yep. Somewhere around here. Get the component, blah, 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 blah. Initialize, then close stuff. Here we go. Good enough. Ooh, hey, wait. I think that will close it right there. So if it's on, turn it off. Nope. Okay, fine. We'll just run that right there. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Whatever. Oops. Okay, so that should work there. All right. Maybe add that little keybinding menu as a normal part of entering the game. Yeah, I mean, could work. I think this will work though. I think I got it. We just need to leave this guy on. I don't know why I didn't have that in there either, or do I? What's your favorite, most enjoyable part when it comes to making a game? Dude, it's totally the idea part. Like that idea for that secret door, that was way fun. And then when it works, like oh yeah, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna push it, and you guys can break it and do what you do. I mean, I probably missed some things, so just tell me what I missed. But when I'm done with this, I'll get back on that dungeon, because I guess people are still having like desyncs, I guess we'll call it, like the gate doesn't synchronize, and people get stuck if they don't get the head and put it in the fire and all that shit. So I'll get back to that. But that is actually fun too, like making those mechanics, like how in that dungeon, you come in the first boss and the doors close. That was a fun little thing. And then when the boss gets to 75% health, he spawns 1. Then 50% he spawns 2. And then at 25% he spawns 3. So if you don't kill the first 3, then you got 6 worms spitting at you. So that was a fun little mechanic. And then like the books that dissolve when you right click on them. And some of those books, by the way, are supposed to put a curse on you or something, but it didn't work. And then I got consumed with the performance thing. That was definitely a priority. And then people getting stuck on like an endless load scene, which, by the way, that one, I still can't tell you exactly what the hell's going on there. It never happens to me. It seems to happen, like a lot of the character problems and weird stuff that I've seen, it for some reason happens to, I don't know if I'd go that far, but it seems to always be a European computer, or sorry, a non-English computer system, you know, like the system isn't set to English. So I tried setting system globalization to English, and that helped with some things, but not everything. It's weird. Who knows? Let's see. Where was it? Let's just go definition again. Did I get the video window? I don't think I did. Why wouldn't I do that? I might as well do that. If I remember what I called that. Damn it. Did I not put it in there? Seriously? There's gotta be a button that turns it on. Where is this game object? Get out of the way. No. I need the video. Jesus, there's too much junk in here. You. Give me this button. That frickin' button. You bastard. Can't click it. Ugh. Okay, we'll dig through it. Shouldn't be. Yeah. There it is. That wasn't bad. Okay, it goes to itself. Of course it does. Graphics settings. So we could say. I don't know. Dungeons are truly stellar. The mechanics you build are fun, not annoying, and your world dungeon design is outstanding. Keep up the good work. Thanks, dude. That's freaking awesome to hear that kind of stuff. Hope to catch you all in game. My main is Thorial. Oh, I've seen you around. The secondary main tank will be Carlo Rock. Sweet. See you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. That's awesome of you. I'll keep doing my best. It's a lot of work, so I'm slow, but it'll get there. Okay, do we want to add another variable to this gigantic pile of variables? And a lot of people, programmers, don't like this, what I did here, but you know, self-taught. I got an excuse. So I didn't know any better, but I actually still think it's okay. But you can see there is just an insane amount of variables here. But it's nice because if you make a static instance to this script, you can basically get a hold of every part of the GUI in one way or another. So I still like it. But I'm getting sick of adding stuff to it because it's really hard to find anything. Which is probably exactly why they tell you not to do it. Blah, blah, blah. I guess we could do we have an update script in graphics settings? Or do we have an update function? I mean, let's see. Navigate over there. Usually I don't put an update in, so yeah, didn't. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. This is a low priority. I'll get back to that. I'll just comment that so I remember what I was thinking. it's not that hard to do it, but I just, if I'm going to put a reference to it here, then I want to change the way the button works. And that's just like me being particular about it for no particularly good reason that I could justify. Okay, we'll save that and we'll go see if the on enable crap works. It's thinking. Kind of freezes up. And it takes a while to think, because there's somewhere around 300,000 lines of code. I've been saying that for a while, so it's probably grown another 50,000. Who knows? It's a pile of code. One day I do want to print it though, just to marvel at it, I guess. But I figured out it would, if I printed it, it was going to be up to my knee and like 5'11", so that, what is that, I don't know, 2 feet of code, just front and back, 12-point font, single spacing. Nuts. I mean, I do have a lot of lines that aren't necessarily needed because I comment the crap out of things, but I stand by it. Do we need that on? We need this on. And I'll save and try it again. Okay, and let's log in this guy. See, the lighting isn't right. His hood should be creating a shadow over his face, but it doesn't do that. I don't know what's up with that. Shadows are enabled. It's just being stupid. Lighting is actually insanely complex. I mean, most people kind of assume that, but I watched a video about it the other day, and the main thing, most important thing, is the thing called HDR. That looks like crap. And that high dynamic range is what really makes the difference between a good camera and a bad camera. It's really interesting. If you get bored and want to learn, you should look it up. Ah, damn it. That just broke the whole test. Shit. I wasn't supposed to open that. Okay, what can we do? I think we could... No. Shit. Gotta start over. Oops. I wasn't supposed to open the window. But I opened the window. I need to see if it'll work without opening it. Because, you know, the whole on enable thing. Ah, damn it. Wait. Okay, it recovered. Cool. I need some more orange juice. Alright, let's see. Hey, it worked. Sweet. Okay. And F, and let's see. Boom, boom, boom. So, what the hell would you guys set F to? If not F, G, I guess? Is that what you do? Let's see what this does. Oh, we closed everything but the menu? What? So close. Okay, well that works. Like that. Why would it not close the friggin' menu? That's dumb. Whatever. Just don't do that, I guess. Let me save that back to what I like. Now this button, I guess I'll just hide. I don't need that. Alright. Take care, warrior. Sweet. Yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking of a inventory expansion. It's like, I don't know if anybody's played Torchlight, but they had this dog that you could get, and it basically was extended inventory. So it had a bag, and you could put stuff in its bag, and then you could tell it to go and sell, and then come back. You just had to wait, which is a pretty cool idea. So, not saying I'm going to rip it off, but I might rip it off. I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's going to be different, but really cool idea. Alright, so, oh, and I tried Nightmare plus 100. Woo! I got some balancing to do there, guys. That's a little hard. I got a bitch slapped. So, we're gonna have to check that out. I find it amazing that you managed to stay dedicated to this one project for so long. Meanwhile, I struggle to stay interested in my ideas after a few hours. Thanks, man. It's insane to me, too. I don't know what it is. It's like I get just obsessed, I guess. I don't know. Something like that. I get totally committed to it, and then that's that. I'm doing it. I'm not stopping. I'm doing it. And I can't help it. Now, how is that? How's that F? Oh, right. This is my Call of Duty profile. Oops. Makes sense. By the way, I don't know how anybody can play a game without one of these Nostromos. I think the new one's called like Orb Weaver or something, but these are awesome. You can macro stuff, you can change whatever key, and there's like 3 different modes, and you can change the mode. If you set up a key to change mode, then I think it's like, I don't know, somewhere in here, but pretty damn cool. So you could actually have a whole bunch of keys, because that's 3 different sets of keys. It's insane. Let's kill something. Yeah, I am using SmartFox. Wow, that was weird. What was I stuck on there? Seems like I got stuck on something right here. Yep, using SmartFox. Oh, recently found your blog. It's awesome. I'm wondering if you would answer a question. What next? Yep. So it's just SmartFox. Yep. See, these guys hit hard. Wow. It's not good. Let me get over here so they don't reset. Maybe they just got a good hit on me there. Let's see. Well, these are only 150s. Never mind. This isn't... They must just got some good crits, and this guy's not tank spec. I don't like when it does that. And it looks like the debuffs are acting... They're behaving a little better. That's good. I think it's because I had to do a reverse loop. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, that's the only question, Mike. You gotta have more questions about networking than that. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna get some more orange juice and caffeine. Let's put this in there right now. I mean, there's like so much to that whole conversation right there, though. Alright, be right back. So, how about persistence item storage for the player? Yeah, it's MySQL using MariaDB with Heidi SQL, and I made my own little parsing system because I didn't actually know anything. I didn't even know what parsing was. I was just like, I think I could store items in a string and then just split the string by a character. That worked because I knew about that. I knew you could join strings from arrays and then split them, but I didn't know there was such a thing as a parser, so I just made my own. And it still works, so I ain't changing it. Ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, okay. Well, hit me up. I love talking game stuff, so I like dorking out about games. I mean, it's really interesting. I've got to a point where I think it's actually just as much fun making a game as it is playing a game. That's pretty dorky. But it's cool to me. For me. Something like that. Okay, so what is on the list here? I guess I'll do a couple more of those, maybe, and then do the build and shoot that out to you guys. And then I guess I could show you the zone we're working on. It's not gonna look great, but you work on a game, Mike? That'd be cool. Where the hell did I put it? Oh, I must have numbered it. Damn it, what was it? Let's see. Well, I'd say I'm a hobbyist too. I'm just obsessed, I guess, is the only thing. You know, we need like I need to make some kind of voting board thing where people can just chime in and say what they think is most important. Do you ever watch other YouTuber videos on Reign of Darkness? You know, I don't, because I feel like, well, if they say something discouraging, I don't want that in my head. But on the other hand, they say something positive. I've watched a few, and I don't know. I don't want it to mess me up, I guess, is the thing. But I really appreciate the ones that I have watched. There's a couple really cool ones. I mean, it's just, I get how it's difficult for a player. You're coming at it from a perspective of other games, all these other games that you've played, you know? And you're like, well, for example, why don't they have key bindings? Damn it. Damn this game. This is stupid. They can't just simply put that in. Well, nothing is simple. So, I mean, over the years, and this sounds shitty, but I don't know, it's true. I've noticed for every one thing that I did wrong, like when somebody gets like real frustrated about a bug, there's at least 1,000, if not thousands, of things that I've done right. But you don't hear about that. You hear about the one thing you did wrong. So that's a little discouraging. But I get it. Like, as a player, especially nowadays, there's so many games. We have our expectations. And I have a problem with discouragement. Dude, it's hard, yeah. It gets difficult. But we have so many games, and there's so many things that are pretty much like normal in games, that when they're not there, it'll make you think a lot less of the game. But if you put yourself back in the 80s when I was playing my first video game, it's like, holy shit, I can move these pixels, this is amazing. You know, screw keybinds. I had 2 buttons. What was I gonna do? A and B. So I don't know, it's just a weird situation. I get it, but I have heard some criticism about missing this feature, that feature, and it's like, dude, I'm one person. You have no idea how hard it is to even do just the damn inventory, let alone network and save all this shit to database. Ugh. What am I doing here? I'm kind of slacking. I meant to be showing you the zone, but the zone is running real bad in editor. We're not done with it, but you can see the zone is huge. I think I kind of showed it, but we've got some stuff over here that Oscar's been working on, and then Meryl's working on a new city here, and then we've got to optimize and do lighting. But this is a really, really big place. There's the size of the player right there. I don't think I can even click him. It's just like a little pixel. Oh, the frame rate is killing me. But that's the player, that little guy. So you can see this is a big place. And it's not going to be all done at once. It's going to be just like a work in progress. And then people can actually play this area as it's being built. I thought that'd be fun. And it's kind of, to me, it's a win-win, because players get something, but they also get to see a game being built like real time. And for me, it's let me feel like I'm pushing out content, you know, because this is going to take a long time to finish this. Finish is a strong word. Don't know about that, but I'm going to be back. I'm at work currently, keeping up our internet up. Would love to talk more. Amazing game, great inspiration for hobbyists and indie dev everywhere. Keep up the great work. Thanks, man. Probably missed you already, Mike, but thank you if you're there. Appreciate you. And don't mind the floating. The white stuff is block out stuff that Oscar was working on. If I made a game or any sort of published work and people actually talked about it on YouTube, I'd flip. What was your reaction once you started seeing that people were noticing your game? I don't know. It was kind of surreal-ish. I don't know. I just am always focused on the work I gotta do. So I'm just like, uh-oh, they're looking at it. And then I'm just like, don't look at me. Just don't notice me. So for me to even stream is a little weird. I'm kind of out of my normal behavior, I guess. But yeah, you're right. It definitely is encouraging to see somebody talking about your game, especially the one dude that kept saying, Visionary Realms, hire this guy. Hire this guy. That was hilarious. He's a cool dude. I don't know if I'm not sure he was happy with the game afterward, because another one of his videos made me think there was something that upset him. I don't know. I hope he wasn't somebody who had messaged me and I said something or not. Maybe I didn't respond. Sometimes I forget to respond because I'll get bombarded sometimes and I'm just like, too many messages. And then I forget, even though I mean to get back to him. You know what I mean. But yeah, you can see this place is going to be huge. We're going to swap the trees. The trees are crappy. And I got to figure out the performance because it's pretty slow. I don't know what that is. I think it's the tiles of the little buildings. They're like little tiles in sections. I guess I could show you. Maybe. Yeah. See these? Everything is a tile on this thing. And I'm pretty sure that's what's slowing us down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of topology for a flat piece. I mean, what the hell is that? I can't even... Ugh. Behave, damn it. Oh, it's rocks and stuff. That is expensive. Good God, man. Yeah. I hate it. Okay, whatever. So, there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on in this scene. It's gonna be fun, though. Yeah, I get it. A lot of people feeling that way. It's unreal seeing your own work out there. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, like, you know, it's been like 8 years and some odd. And, I mean, I knew I wasn't going to give up, so I knew I was going to get it out there one way or another. But, yeah, I didn't really know if people would like it. And, like, we don't have a ton of players, but the fact that people even play it is like, wow, that's freaking awesome. And it's, to me, my plan, the way I'm looking at it is same as always, just not stopping, not giving up. As long as the world gets shit figured out. I mean, this whole Corona thing is horrible. It sucks. For, you know, just, it's sad. I feel for people, and it's like, fucking weird. The whole world just stopped. But assuming that doesn't get worse, then yeah, I'm just gonna keep going and give it a year, and we're gonna have a hell of a lot more of a game. What am I doing? I should probably finish clickable text at some point. I want to make items linkable, because then we could have more of a market type thing for players to sell and trade and such. I mean, I know there's kind of a workaround where you can just open the trade window, pop it in, and they can see it. But I gotta do better than that. Now see, that's a tricky one. Talking about strings and parsing. Whew. This one's gonna be very tricky. I don't even remember how this works, but I guess that's not priority. What the hell was it that I was gonna do? Oh, I remember. Mechanics in Bloodchasm. Not that. Not that. It's, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So many people wonder why they can't be good at something. It takes so much patience, dedication, like drawing or what you're doing now. Absolutely, John. That is so true. Yeah, dedication is definitely, dude. I think just persisting is like, that is the #1 thing. I would argue that anybody could do this for sure if they just don't give up. I mean, you gotta really want it and want to do it. Like, if I wasn't interested, yeah, I definitely wouldn't have gotten to this point, but yeah, that is very true, man. Very, very true. And the patience thing, oh, you said practice, but I read patience, but patience is, wow, it's like such a huge part of this. Oh my God. That's the other one I'd stress. Patience and don't give up. Oh, you know what? I was gonna make armor out of this dude. Get us some new armor pieces. I forgot about that. He's gonna be a little bit of a pain in my ass, though. Oh yeah, I was working on some other armor. So I totally bounce around a lot. I just do that. I don't know. It's either really good or really bad. I'm not sure. But I try to do a little bit of code, and then a little bit of art, and a little bit of code, and a little bit of art, whether it's terrain or whatever. Though the last few months, I didn't really do any load tests, real load tests. So I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, and I figured, well, let's just see what happens. And yeah, the last couple months have been a lot of like, oh, okay, that I didn't expect that. Oops, oh, I better fix that. So I feel like I'm way behind. Normally, I think I would have been, we would have had that island, which I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I put it in other people's hands and I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to grab it and finish it. But this other big zone I think is more important because I want the player to realize that it's gonna be a big world. It's not that big right now, but the plan is to make it a bigger world. It's just that in itself is that's a difficult one. That's a whole topic in itself. That's a whole rabbit hole. Gets deep. Check this guy out. Not like that though. This is pretty good armor. This was like $5. So I'm gonna fit it to the character, which is gonna be a nightmare. Absolutely pain in my ass. Because I gotta straighten out all these fingers and make everything fit the skeleton that we have. The boots and the legs shouldn't be bad. The chest's gonna suck. His head is just straight up getting chopped off. That is one goofy looking mug. I don't understand what the artist was thinking. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make this cool ass armor, and then I'm gonna put a stupid ass head on it. Cool, good move. Yeah, has one goofy face, but see, everything else is well done. I mean, he did good at making him look dumb, I guess. Alright. Sorry, artist, if you ever see this. Everything else is great. Very nice. But this, I don't understand. Jesus, he even did like skin pores. But gave him like the longest mouth in the world. I don't get it. Anywho, so we'll set that crap up. And you know, I think I'll just I'll get a build going right now, and then I'll upload that, and then I'll start looking into these mechanic issues, because this is gonna probably take me, well, assuming I can sort out the bugs that are occurring, because it sounds like there's a couple different scenarios where we could have one very similar bug. So yeah, I don't know. I might be able to get this sorted out tonight, but I doubt it. It's probably gonna be tricky. I think the main culprit is the second boss and putting the head in the fire thing. Oh, and this guy doesn't even have his mechanics, by the way. I forgot about that. I kind of got caught up with the performance thing and the lag or load issue, so I forgot to finish this. But he's gonna drop some spell effect. I want to say lava, and it's just gonna randomly appear on the floor. You just gotta kind of move around it. We'll see. But I'm gonna. Hey, Wes, you popped in just as I was about to kill it, buddy. I'm gonna do a build and then get working on these bugs. So that is it. I'll try to stream when I have something more interesting to stream. I don't know what people want to see, but most of what I do is what I was doing there, programming, so it's pretty boring. But thanks for hanging, dudes. I'll see you soon.